Yeah, we should have Hasbro like let us know like when they're going to be doing big stuff like that. Like, let us know if you're going to be making any big announcements, so we know if we should have a special guest on or not.
Yeah, it's pretty rude of them not to.
It's the least they could do. That's all I'm saying.
So you saw Multiverse of Madness?
I did see it.
Yep, I really liked it. I
liked it too. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think if you want to watch one multiverse movie this year, though, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a better movie.
Mm-hmm.
But Multiverse of Madness was fun. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it. I just felt like the internet was mad because they thought it was going to be a little bigger. It's like we have to build towards that, you know? Slowly and surely.
I mean, it's a Doctor Strange sequel, guys. Slash kind of WandaVision sequel.
Yeah, it's not like a quote unquote new Avengers, movie or anything yet.
No.
Or a Secret Wars or whatever is coming.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
which would still be cool. Yeah, but get there in the future,
Agreed. You have to build toward. That's what the whole Marvel universe is all about. Like the movies. Yeah. They build towards things. So, Patreon intro. You want to talk about? It just happens to be Attack of the Clones. It's not actually clones. It's clonies, and they're all.
Oh, geez.
Attack of the Clonies. It's a little
Attack of the Clonies.
Clonies.
Yeah, but patrons, we want to say thank you, of course, as usual. This is our 20th episode, so we got a special carbonized type.
Special carbonized, just for you guys, because no one else can see this. Yeah.
Yep. Just for the $5 tier patrons.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah.
Yes, big shout out. And we've been working new logo, right?
Yeah.
Got new logos, and I think I put our. Hopefully, we can do some T-shirts one day of the actual Cantina people.
Let us know. Would you wear a T-shirt?
Would you buy a T-shirt?
Would you buy it? Yeah.
Would
that's actually a better point.
Yes.
Would you purchase a T-shirt with your own money? Just curious.
And wear it to like conventions and stuff.
Yeah. Because conventions happen, I guess.
Yeah. So by the time we get T-shirts out, maybe it'll be next year or
could
whenever.
Be.
Maybe,
assuming we're even still doing
this. 2023. I see you see me in a Black Series Cantina shirt. Maybe I see you in a Black Series Cantina shirt. People, hopefully we got some shirts out by then.
I see you at ICCC Con. That's too many
I see what you did there.
I was trying to just mash it all up.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Too many C's still.
I had too many C's. I recognized that when I said it. I was like, that's the high C's, if you will.
The high C's, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so patrons, what we've decided to do going forward, instead of just shooting the shit before we start the actual show, we're gonna start giving you all some actual content. Like we're gonna talk about something Star Wars related that we might, not normally talk about on the show, the normal show.
And not to say that you weren't content with our non-content, but we thought we'd add some actual content into.
Yes, because maybe we could string it out too far and maybe
who knows.
Yeah, you never know. So today, obviously, since it's the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones just passed a few days ago,
a couple days ago,
we're gonna chat about Attack of the Clones. And I actually just finished a rewatch preparing for Kenobi yesterday. I had to watch it.
How you
what was that?
I was gonna. That's how you're preparing for Kenobi.
Yes.
For Kenobi is watching.
I'm doing Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do some Clone Wars, definitely the last 4. And then before that, hopefully squeeze in some other arcs before that. And then definitely the last 4, Revenge of the Sith. And then
that makes sense.
Show on the 27th. Yeah. So
I think the character designs were the worst in Attack of the Clones.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, I think Obi-Wan Kenobi looks objectively the worst compared to Revenge of the Sith and Phantom Menace. The weird mullet
You don't like the mullet?
No, I don't. The weird fake beard sometimes, like all the time, but sometimes it looks better than others. Like, I think overall he just looked a lot better as like babyface in Padawan in the first one, or like normal dad dude in the third one. And the second one, it's like a weird phase he was trying to find himself. Like he could just start growing out his hair. He'd have to do that stupid Padawan braid rat tail
thing.
Yeah. So
he was
he's
held
like
down his whole life, you know?
No, it's like when someone gets out of the military, you know, and instead of shaving their head close cropped or whatever, they let it grow out as long as they can. They grow big bushy beards and stuff because, you know, they can now, and they spent so long being cooped up. So it's like you go wild with it. And I guess that's kind of like
Anakin, in episode
I was going to say,
that's
kind of like what Anakin did.
The little rat tail thing. What do you call it? Is that the rat tail or the...
It's a rat tail. It's a braid, but let's be honest, it's a rat tail.
Yeah. That little thing. And then in episode 3, he's got long hair. And I wish in the Last Jedi flashback, when they showed Ben Solo like sleeping, if he had the little cut in the braid.
Right?
And wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Luke never got that book that had, this is what a Padawan haircut should look like.
Yeah.
Which it's weird that they were like so specific over Padawans have to cut their hair like this. Like, why?
It's like oddly controlling.
George, why?
Yeah.
Why? I also before the second movie came out, but after the first movie came out, in those 3 years, there was a really fun theory that the braids on Boba Fett had on his shoulders weren't actually Wookiee belts.
Or Jedi braids.
They were Padawan braids, and that he took He took part in like Jedi hunting, and that's how he got those. Of course, that was back before back in the dark times. We didn't know anything about Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all these kids. Go ahead.
That's neat to hear because I've never really heard that because, you know, when Attack of the Clones came out, I don't even remember seeing it in theaters. I was so young. You know, I was born in '94.
You're one of those.
So,
you're one of those.
Yeah, the earliest I remember watching Star Wars in theater was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And I probably did see it in theater. I just don't remember it because I would have been, 7, I guess, born in '94. What? Attack of the Clones was 2002, 03?
2002.
2002. So, I would have been 7 going into 8, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
So
that's young, but not too young. For instance, I was 1 when Return of the Jedi came out in theaters. So like I was never gonna go see that in theaters. Yeah. But I definitely saw all 3 in theaters. I saw them at midnight. And for Attack of the Clones, actually, I live in San Diego, but there was a big movie theater up in Irvine, which is like halfway between. It's not halfway. It's like a quarter of the way between here and LA. So it's like an hour and a half drive north. Not even that. It's like a 45-minute drive north. Anyways, but they were the only place in Southern California that was showing it digitally. Like everything else was a projection, reel. But this place was showing it digitally. And my dad was like, "We have to go see it digitally since it's being shot digitally. It's like a pure digital movie, you know." So we did that. Me and like a couple of my closest friends, roommates at the time, we all kind of got in the car and went up, and it was fun. It was a fun afternoon. We got there, I think, around 3:00 in the afternoon, and we were there until midnight because.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
It was a big deal, you know. You don't just walk up an hour before the movie. The people had been in line for a long time, and this is back in the days where midnight showings were still a big deal. Like the only movies that up until this that had midnight openings was the first episode 1, and that was it. Like episode 1 was like the very very first movie I'd ever heard of that had a midnight showing, and then this was the second. So. It started like at midnight. 12:01 was the earliest they could show it because that was the release date. So we all waited, and it was a lot of fun. My girlfriend at the time was there, and it's weird thinking about that now, but it was fun. I had a good time. I remember blasting the soundtrack for it like while we were sitting there in line outside this theater, up like an hour away from my house. Just it was good though. Everyone was super cool.
Yeah, those are some really good memories.
Yeah.
The memories I have from Attack of the Clones are, and it was probably honestly after or right before leading up to Revenge of the Sith. And probably after, honestly. Me and my cousin would always, we'd have those little plastic lightsabers, where you hit the little red button and like you throw it and the blade comes out,
Those classic ones, yeah.
But because that was after the technology of like they had the big plastic beam coming out of the saber and then more plastic came out of that. Yep. You couldn't put it all the way in the hilt.
It's like a telescoping thing, yeah. And it always had that little end,
yeah. So, but when they finally did, that you could put the plastic all the way in the hilt and all that, me and my cousin would have those, and in his backyard, he had this not big, but this medium-sized like little treehouse you could climb up into, and had a little slide and stuff, and you could run around a little bit. Well, we would just pretend we were in the Geonosis, the big battle, with all the Jedi and like a bunch of droids, and that was always like my favorite thing from the prequels when I was a kid. Just it's so memorable. I love that battle.
Sure. Yeah.
And even I was watching it last night, and I didn't remember how cool the battle after that was, whenever they're moving out of the pit and it gets super dusty and he's like these clones, and it reminded me of what's that Clone Wars arc where they're on Geonosis also. It's like one of the best
the
arcs.
second Battle of Geonosis one.
Yeah, and it like it reminded me of that. I'm like, and of course it would, but it's just crazy how like if you look at the cinematography of it, like you're looking at a clone and the camera moves and it zooms in on one of like the LATs or whatever, like flying. Yeah. And like the way like they did the camera work the same. It was crazy.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think the end of that movie is, for me, like the beginning of the movie has a lot of problems, a lot of pacing issues.
Oh yeah, I've always said that
some acting
the first half
issues
isn't great, but the second half is like really, really, really good.
Like one of the worst love stories ever.
Yes,
where Anakin is definitely got a bunch of red flags, like relationship wise. Those are some serious red flags. Yeah. Like it's, but the end of the movie is the reason I think I saw the movie in theaters like 5 times because of the end. Like all that at the time was mind blowing with the, just, like you said, the clones, all the Jedi, finally seeing just a grip of Jedi, just doing their thing, like that was something we'd always wanted to see, but never happened in Star Wars up until that point. So that was crazy at the time. Seeing Yoda fight was unimaginable at that time, because up until that point, we'd only really ever seen Yoda being an old little puppet in the swamp.
Or just sitting in the council,
sitting in the chair, looking like an even weirder puppet because they tried to remake him as a puppet. I know there are people out there that have never seen Phantom Menace puppet Yoda. Like they've only seen the DVD CGI, release or the CGI Yoda they added in. If you haven't seen the original puppet Yoda from the Phantom Menace, go look at it. It's weird.
Yeah, it did not work. It didn't work at all.
No, the prequels have their issues, and for me, and I know this is pretty unpopular now, I don't hate them. Like I went through my period. Like I loved them when they came out because they were new Star Wars, and I was at that age where it's like any new Star Wars is great. Star Wars. Yeah. But then you let them sit for a while, and you realize they're not as good as you really wanted them to be, and then, like, a year or so afterwards, everyone's dogging on them, and then your opinion kind of starts to sour because you want to kind of fit in. Everyone's like, no, they're garbage, they're shit. Nobody likes the prequels, and that was a very common, popular opinion to have between like 2000, well, even like 2000, like 1999. Because the Phantom Menace wasn't widely regarded as a great movie either. So like it kind of perpetuated all through that. And it wasn't really until like the last 4 or 5 years that the opinion started to change even over. To the point where like, Ahmed Best and Jake Lloyd were all getting bullied. And even Hayden Christensen's commenting on all that stuff. So my opinion has softened on it. I realize, they're not as great to me as the original trilogy as movies, but they still have a lot of great stuff to offer. And I do enjoy them, but not as good as the original, or even about the same for me as the sequel trilogy. But I would still put Attack of the Clones, for me, is at the bottom of my list in terms of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Really?
Like, well, someone's got to be at the bottom.
Yeah,
you know?
Someone has to be at the bottom.
Someone has to be at the bottom. Yeah.
For me, episode 1 is the bottom. And then, but with episode 2, see, I grew up, like, obviously with the prequel trilogy, you know, so I've always kind of loved them. I've known, I know they're not great individual, like, films. Like, they're not great films. But as Star Wars, like, for me, honestly, my Star Wars doesn't have to be, like, the movies don't have to be great. I just need a good story, and I can fill the rest in with my head. Sure. And that might be a bad mindset to have.
It's not.
It's a good mindset to have with the sequels, because there's a lot, you know, that I wish would have been.
Absolutely. Yeah, same thing.
I think I do. Revenge of the Sith is still, like, just one of my favorite movies. I love it.
It is the best of the three. Yeah. Easily.
It's easily the best of the three.
Easily the best of the three. And it's actually, while there are some low points in it, there are more high points than low points. Yes. And the Anakin Obi-Wan relationship really kind of shines through on that one, for sure. Since we're celebrating all the prequels right now. Yeah. Hitting their 20-ish year marks.
20-ish anniversary. Yeah. And the big thing for me is, like, I just wish one of those directors that George offered the prequels to, Steven Spielberg, I wish they would have taken it, you know, because if you think of, like, the Attack of the Clones and, like, all those love scenes, there's two that stick out that are bad. It's the one where they're sitting at the table and he, like, starts doing the Force with the apple.
Yeah.
That absolutely. One. And then it's the one where it's kind of in the middle of the movie, getting near the last act, I guess, where they're sitting in that dark room. And Padme's in that, like, really hot,
that sexy dress,
that really hot dress.
With like, that, she's trying to spurn his advances, and she wears. I'm not blaming her. You know, she can wear what she wants.
Yes,
but like, if you're trying not to send mixed signals, maybe you don't wear a dress like that. I'm just saying. Yeah, like you have better options if you're trying to tell someone that you're not interested in them. Mm-hmm. But obviously, she kind of was. Like, that's the kind of the whole thing, which is weird. Even though he just killed a bunch of Tusken Raiders. Like, that's weird.
Red flag. I just feel like they needed a director, because George was going off whatever was on the paper and making the actors read what was on. But they need an or like a Steven Spielberg director in there to say, you know, this dialogue isn't really working. Let's change up, like, a word or two and then deliver it this way. Yeah. But I think, like, the "I don't like sand," you know, line. That gets a lot of hate, but I think whenever you look at, like, the deeper meaning of it, it's fine.
I agree.
He means, like, he's trying to say, like, because she's like, oh, we grew up, we used to swim to that thing every day. You know, we'd have so much fun on the beach and in the sand. He's like, you know, I grew up a slave lady. You know, shit gets everywhere. You know, sand is awful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's a privileged perspective where she sees sand as a luxury and something that she's not always around. So when it's around, it's kind of a fun thing. Whereas Anakin's like, sand sucks.
Yeah, I wish I wish they would have thrown in another line where he says, "I don't like sand. Growing up a slave on a planet made of it."
Something like that.
You know, it was like and then it wouldn't have got as much slack as it has, I guess. Yeah. But just saying, "I don't like sand," and then he's, like, looking down, playing with his hand or whatever he's doing. But overall, you know, I still think it's a fine Star Wars movie. The second half of it is really good.
It's fun. It's a fun movie that has some low points, but still some high points. There's still things to appreciate there, because in the end, it's still Star Wars, and we got a lot of fun stuff out of it. So even though it's not my favorite Star Wars, it's my least favorite Star Wars movie. That's still a good thing. Like, I still like Star Wars. Yeah. You know, I still enjoy the movie.
Yeah, somebody has to be at the bottom. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So, although I don't know, Rise of Skywalker is also down there for me. Although, you know, I recently rewatched it a couple months ago, and I'm like, this isn't as bad as I remember it being. Mm-hmm. It's still not good, but this is not a sequel talk. This is prequels. We're appreciating the prequels because of their anniversaries.
Do your order again, real quick, before we go on the show.
My order for all of them?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, geez.
And you do yours, and I'll do mine real fast.
Okay. For me, 1 is always Empire. 2 is actually Last Jedi. 3 is, I think. Wait, are we putting Rogue One and Solo in here too, or are we just doing Skywalker Saga?
Yeah, throw them in there too. If you know where they go, you don't have to worry about it if you don't know where they go.
All of the rest are all kind of a jumbled mix, and then and then Attack of the Clones is at the bottom, with Phantom Menace being right above it. I think Revenge of the Sith is probably 3 or 4 for me, just in terms of, what it's got going for it and stuff.
Yeah.
Star Wars, I used to have higher. I think Star Wars used to be my number 3, but like, it's a slow burn.
It is a slow burn.
It's such a slow burn. You don't even meet Luke Skywalker until like 20 minutes into the movie. He's like the main character.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I guess, is the main character going to show up anytime soon or what?
Yeah.
My order changes depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I just really want to watch this movie right now. Even though it's not my favorite, I want to watch it. So that becomes number 1 in that moment, because it's the one I want to watch, But I think if I have to empirically do it, I can really only go top 2 and then bottom 2, and then everything else in there.
In the middle.
It's just kind of an amorphous mess.
I'll go. I'm pretty sure it's 5, 7 is easily top 2. I love Force Awakens, and I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. No, it's
Force
fine.
Awakens is a great movie.
Great. Yeah.
It is a great
I was
movie.
actually talking about that earlier today with somebody, and the only real problem I have with it is just J.J. Abrams, he loves to create mysteries. He even did a TED Talk on those mystery boxes. But like, he's just tossing out mysteries with no care about what's going to go in them. And like, that's not a good way to make a movie. But that's like my only problem with it. I love it other than that. Because I just wish that, like, we all say this, it would have been better if they had gone in and planned out the movie trilogy. But
Thanks,
we'll talk about that later. Yeah,
5, 7, and this is the one that flips for me. 4 and 3.
Okay.
I grew up with 3, so it has a soft spot for me.
Sure.
4 and 3. I know that's probably blasphemous for people to say I might like 3 better than 4.
No, I don't think it is. Yeah.
And it's funny, you call it Star Wars. I always call it A New Hope, because I've never known it as just Star Wars, I have the despecialized Blu-ray of it where it's just Star Wars.
Yeah.
So 5, 7, 4, 3, 6.
Okay.
Rogue One.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm at. See, what do I have left? 5, 7, 4, 3, 6. All the original trilogies there.
You need the sequels. You need Solo.
Sequels and Solo, and
you need two prequels.
Yeah, 5, 7, 4, 6. 5, 7, 4, 3, 6. Rogue One. Last Jedi.
Okay.
Skywalker.
Okay.
Attack of the Clones, Solo, Phantom Menace.
Okay, you put Solo so low.
And listen, I like Solo. I enjoy Solo, but for some reason, it's been the least rewatchable for me outside of Phantom Menace. And I've only seen Solo like 3 times. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
So it's just, I really enjoyed it. It's just, I have so many good memories of the Attack of the Clones, and I think the second half of that movie is super good. But I think I've flip-flopped those before too. If you go back to listen to one of our episodes where we've done this before, I probably have Solo above Attack of the Clones. That flip-flops too.
Yeah. Well, I think that's
plenty
for Patreon content right there.
Yes.
I feel like at some point we'll probably rehash this conversation for everyone else, and our answers might change. But I hope all the Patreon people enjoyed.
Yes,
listening to our takes on Star Wars. Yeah.
Yep. And I wouldn't expect patrons. I wouldn't expect us to go a whole half an hour going forward. We don't have a lot to cover today, so I figured
we don't. Yeah, it would have been great content for the actual podcast, but we're sacrificing it for you. I also don't expect everyone listening to agree with us. So give us yours in the comments, like the comments of this video, either in the video on YouTube or on Patreon. comment your favorite Star Wars in order. Are you like me where it's so amorphous, like it's going to change all the time? Or do you have a set dogmatic order? Let us know. I'd love to read all of those.
Yeah, reach out to us on Twitter. Let us know.
Reach out to us. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, should we get into the actual show here?
Yes.
Should we do a podcast?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Should we do a podcast about Black Series?
Do it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I couldn't come up with a name for this episode. I called it Attack of the Clone Wars because I feel like with the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars,
okay,
we should do something with it, but I couldn't come up with anything fun. So that name might change. Who knows?
Maybe something will pop up. Maybe we'll say something in the show.
Yeah. We can have a fun catchphrase or a silly phrase that pops up and like, that's it. That's the one. And maybe I'll just call it, that's it. That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's the one.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Who knows? I don't know.
So welcome to Black Series Cantina, our 20th episode, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We're still here. You can't get rid of us that easily. We're still here.
No, even if no one listened to us, we'd still make these.
Yes. Even if no one listened to us, I would still be here.
Absolutely.
Recording this, hopefully. Not a lot of news this episode.
No.
So
we're gonna
Hasbro,
just talk.
Yeah, Hasbro's, I guess, preparing for a celebration. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, anyways.
Well, there was Marvel news. We could talk about Marvel Legends for a little bit if you want.
We could.
I pre-ordered Japanese Spider-Man today because I love Sentai, and without Japanese Spider-Man, you wouldn't have Power Rangers because they got their idea for having big robots.
Oh, that's cool.
From Japanese Spider-Man.
Is the Bombastic Bagman an exclusive, or is that going to be hard to get?
He's
or
a Target exclusive. Yep.
So did that go for pre-order?
It did.
Is it still up for pre-order?
I don't know, but it was. Yeah.
I'm gonna check.
I was gonna get it because I have the other Walgreens Fantastic Fours, and I'm like, oh, I gotta add Bagman into it. But then I realized I don't even display my Fantastic Four. They're in a box in my garage. So why would I add Bagman to a box in the garage? And I'm not gonna dig them out. So
I am pre-ordering Bombastic Bagman as we speak because it is still available on Target, and I'm gonna get this free shipping for the red card discount.
Listen, guys. Boom. If you're listening to this and you live in America and you have Targets, if you don't have a Target red card, I'm not even saying apply for the credit card. I'm not even saying apply for the credit card. You can just tie your card to your debit account, so it's just a debit card. But we go to Target so often that 5% every time.
It really helps. Yeah.
Comes in clutch. It adds up a lot. But you get free shipping for orders online, and you have like 90 days to return something instead of like 30 or whatever. Like, it's just worth having a red card, especially if you're pre-ordering toys online. Just there's no reason not to have one.
5% off, free shipping. So that $22.99 figure, the total after taxes and everything with the 5% was $23.15. Like, I feel like
cheaper than
really
you'd get it in the store, or just as much, but still, worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now Zach has got the Bombastic Bagman, who's just Spider-Man with a paper bag on his head and a Fantastic Four outfit.
I think if we were a Marvel Legends podcast, we'd both like show up with like a bag on our head.
Yep.
Like a brown paper bag. And
absolutely.
That'd be funny.
That's how I would do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If I could live my life that way, I would.
You're a handsome fellow though. Why would you do that?
Because I don't want people to know how handsome I am.
Okay. Yeah. Save it for the wife, I guess.
That's right. This is just for her. For people listening, I was motioning at my face.
Yes. And it's also for our Patreon members because they get the video and they get to see your lovely face and my
great
face.
Great segue.
Yes.
Super great segue.
So we do want to promote our Patreon. You can sign up.
We have got a lot of Patreon people.
Yes, recently. We do. It is we thank you all. It is fabulous. Starts at $2, $5, $11.38 is the third tier.
If you get that reference, you're a Star Wars fan or just a George Lucas fan, I guess.
Yes. But we are doing a giveaway.
Yes.
And we are going to be giving away I am going to be giving away the 501st archive version Clone Trooper sealed.
Yep.
And Mike, you want to tell them what you're giving away?
I'll be giving away the Walmart exclusive ARC Trooper, also sealed and in good condition.
Yes.
So how would someone enter this, Zach? How have we hashed out the details, even though I know the details? I'm asking you as a vehicle to explain it to the audience.
I gotcha. So what we're going to do is we are going to record our episode on June 1st, our next episode on June 1st.
Yes.
Live on the show. Well, we won't be live, but on the show, we're going to do the drawing, and I think Mike will share a screen or however that's going to go. And we'll have
for people watching, so people on Patreon can see this.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be in the audio version of the episode.
Yes.
But we'll figure that out.
But this is going to be a Patreon exclusive.
Yes, it is.
Giveaway.
It's only for Patreon members.
Yeah. So we'll do the drawing on the show, and then if you are announced as a winner, you will need to reach out to our email or to our individual. Our email would probably be easier, so we can get like shipping information and all that. And then once you reach out, we'll ship it out to you. We'll explain that, like, we'll say, Mike wins, reach out to blackseriescantina@gmail.com. Say, here's my, address, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to enter, go to our Patreon, and every tier you're available for giveaways, and you get one entry per tier up you go. So if you do the $2 tier, you'll get one entry. The $5 tier, 2 entries, and then the $11.38 you get 3 entries, and that's for both drawings. We're gonna have 2 separate winners. So if you win the first one, I'm not sure which one we're gonna do first, but if you win the first one, your entries will get pulled for the second one. So we will have 2 separate winners to to help out. We don't want the same person to win in twice.
No.
So what's gonna happen if we have more winners?
What's gonna happen is the first person that wins will get their choice of which one they want. The second person that wins will get the other one. And they're both troop builders, so I mean it shouldn't really matter, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so if somebody wins and they already have the Jenny Tartakovsky, Fordo looking one, then the ARC Trooper, then they can pass and they can get the 501st. Yeah. But, it's up to the first person.
The first person. Yep. But we will draw 2 names. And like Zach said, every tier that you are subscribed to, because there's, how far down they go. So if you're subscribed to our highest tier, however many tiers there are under you, you also have those as entries. Yeah. So the higher you go, the more chances you have to win.
And if you want to give a custom tip, we'll give you a lot of entries. I'm joking. That sounds like fraud.
That's not the case. That's not the case.
That is not the case.
That's not the case.
Information is also in our Patreon page, so go sign up. We'd really appreciate it. We have a big community over there now, so people seem to like it.
Absolutely. So looking forward to that. Again, you'll have till the 1st. Technically, I guess the 31st, because we'll be doing the drawing on the 1st. But
so if
your name is in there when we do the drawing, cool. If it's not, sorry.
Yeah,
that's how that works.
So, moving on to fine additions. What you got for us this week, Mike?
I don't have a lot, but I do have some.
That's good news.
Yeah, my first one is I finally got my Umbara Trooper. Umbra Trooper. I keep saying Umbara too. I corrected everyone else from saying it, but then I've started saying it because I've been correcting it so many times. The Umbra Trooper.
Nice. That's such a good one.
It is. And I honestly thought that it would never come. I thought that GameStop was just like, you know what? The people that got it. Screw everyone else. So I was a little worried I was never going to get this, but it seems to be that these are shipping out more now.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed a lot of people starting to get them. I was just one of the lucky few who it shipped.
Yeah, you got yours super early. Yeah, absolutely.
But, Nilda from Appetite for Collectibles got her like a month or 2 before I even got mine. So
weird.
She got hers like before they were even made. It seemed like it was insane. Yeah.
I just noticed that mine doesn't have the little
the tag,
the little tag hanger thing. like it's cut, like it's there, but it's cut off. So that's weird.
Good thing you're not a mint on card
collector.
collector.
I know. I definitely open this, and I will open this, and I'll make a video opening it. The next one is one I do have a video opening, and that I should have put these too low. All right, that one is the Imperial Senate Guard.
Nice. That's a good one.
I like him. I do wish he had the robe. I do.
Mm-hmm. He looks a little like he looks cool, but he does look a little naked. Maybe
he looks a little naked.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I know this is pretty much what they look like in the game. So like I get it, but I think it would be better if he had the robe and the one that came in that 4-pack didn't. And I've seen someone swap them. So they took the robe from that one and put it on this one, and then that one doesn't have the robe on, but he has the gun, and I think it looks a lot better. But I do like this. He looks cool.
Yeah, he looks pretty sick.
Yeah,
the blue and the black is just really cool.
It definitely pops. Yeah, it definitely pops. So, and like I said on my Instagram, I wouldn't mind if they just made up a bunch of random colors for these for whatever reason. Like I want a yellow one. I want a orange. I want a green one. I want an orange one. Yeah, I just want a full rainbow of those guys.
Pink one?
Why not? Give us a pink one. I'm cool with it. Give us like one of those pride ones they've been doing for the droids.
yeah, there you go.
And stuff, you know. I'm down with that. Give me a rainbow one. Give me one of those prototype rainbow ones.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I got. I got nothing.
All right. So I'm going to start off with, I got 2 Marvel and 2 Star Wars.
We're doing Marvel.
What do you mean we're doing Marvel?
We're doing Marvel.
This is a relevant topic because, so I saw this at Target, and then I put it back on the shelf because I was like, nah, I don't really need it. And then I watched the movie, and I was like, I'm going back to grab that. So literally the next day, I went to Target, and I picked it up. I got the Defender Strange with the portal, right?
The portal is honestly kind of worth buying it. Just for
the portal, yeah. Look at that.
The portal's cool, yeah, for sure.
I should just put this on a stand and have it like, me.
It's a cool background for literally any figure.
Yeah, I actually have it. I have this kind of on my shelf off to the side. I have the portal behind the actual like Doctor Strange. So I'll set that there. But yeah, they need to repack the portal like tons of times, and apparently this is a lot better than like I guess SH Figure Arts made one.
Yep.
Or it's a different. Yeah, I didn't know exactly what brand, but
they have a couple different kind of background explosion things. Like they have one that's like a Dragon Ball Z power up kind of aura thing. Like that one is great, better than all those.
And then from what I think I was watching MCU Collector's YouTube like review of this. And he said like shout out. The SH Figure Arts one was like kind of cheap or something, or whatever brand it was.
Yeah, so, mine was all kind of sticky when I got mine.
Oh, like that's weird.
Breaking down, yeah.
And then I also had to I got a really good deal on eBay. It said box damage, so it was like $22 or something. But I got the Wanda from WandaVision because I definitely needed Scarlet Witch. But the box is in like super great condition. It has just like one small dent up here, like that's kind of not
so
straight.
Gross. Oh.
I know, right?
How could you even stomach that? Oh, it's the worst. Oh,
and
gross.
normally on secondary market, you know, these are like $30 on eBay, so get it for pretty much retail. Was pretty cool. All right, now let's move into some Black Series. I know, right? I finally got the updated Baze Malbus.
Nice.
After waiting so long, it seemed like
the face
on
better.
This is it's a ton better.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get this one open. Hopefully he stands better than my last one did, because
mine does actually. I have not had an issue with mine falling over. Yeah. I don't know if I just had a bad copy of the first one or they changed anything, but I find that my new one does stand a lot better.
I'm a little nervous because I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but what knee is it? This knee right here. It looks like it's separated, kind of. It's hard to tell on the camera.
If it is, just heat it up.
Yeah, it looks like it's really spaced out compared to the other one. But,
just if it is bad, just heat it up.
Yeah, good call. And then the big boy. I'm gonna have to explain the situation too, why and how I ended up getting this. I got this back in my collection. Han Solo and Tauntaun from the Blue Line Deluxe. So excited to add this back in my collection. It's probably like the biggest hole I've had since whenever I sold some stuff,
Sure. Yeah.
4 years ago-ish. I just wanted it back ever since. So I can't wait to finally get this open again. It's funny because my wife just graduated with her master's degree. And so I was getting her a gift, graduation gifts, and
I was getting her a gift. Hey, honey, I know you've always wanted this Han Solo Tauntaun Black Series figure.
So right now she doesn't have a job since we decided to like she could quit and then focus on her master's degree, and then she has to study a test to get her certification for her therapy and all that. So I was gonna give her $500 in cash, right? Because a while ago
I mean, it's your own cash though, right?
Yes, my personal cash. I got paid, and then I pulled $500 out.
All right.
But then, so tell me, I need some DMs because am I a bad person? Because I was gonna give her $500, and then I was like, you know what? I think she'll be fine with $400. Let me take the other $100 and buy this Han Solo and Tauntaun Deluxe Black Series figure that I haven't had in my collection for a while. But I got it for a pretty good deal. It was like 84 after, it was 88 after shipping and tax. So I feel like I got a pretty solid deal on it compared to what else is out there. Because I've seen them go for 109 and stuff. So 84, I feel like that's about double than what it came out with a long time ago. So it's not too bad. So yeah, I was going to give her 500, but I was like, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity. Let me give her 400. I'm going to get rid of that 100 anyways. Buy the figure. And then, but I ended up spending another 116 because I got her she's a Harry Potter fan, and she used to have the hardback books back in the day, but they were lost in a move, a while ago. So I got her this chest that comes with all the hardcover books. So I ended up spending another good amount of money on that. So really, I did spend $500 on her after all. But the initial thing was, let me give her $400 cash. And let me buy this.
So now you give her $300 cash and some Harry Potter books. And then you sort of just pocketed a gigantic box full of Black Series figures.
Yes, that's a lot of plastic in this.
It is a lot of plastic. Yeah.
So now I have the blue and the brown jacket in my collection again.
Yes, you do.
And I'm still waiting to hopefully one day see the brown jacket with the actual fur on eBay by itself, because I don't want to buy the whole set. So I already have the Leia, and I don't have anywhere to put that set, So yeah, so that's my fine additions for this week. Pretty good. 2 weeks in a row. I feel like I've had a pretty good one. The Emperor's autograph, and then this deluxe. So
yeah, I'm glad to see you slowly rebuilding holes in your collection, because that Tauntaun is a pretty big one. The Han, not so much. The Han,
the
fine.
Han, it's not a really good.
But
figure.
the Tauntaun is a good addition.
Yeah,
he's a fine addition.
Very fine addition.
Yes,
and I was hoping. Whenever the anniversary of Empire was around, that they would do, because they did the Wampa thing,
Yeah, it's really stupid they didn't, because we have Luke rode one too. Why don't we have a Tauntaun for Luke? I'm not going to buy.
They could release a pack with Luke and the Tauntaun,
or just a Tauntaun by himself,
Yeah,
because they had
the
both
Wampa,
of them in the archives. Yeah, you could have just a Tauntaun. You could put your Luke from the archive on there, easy peasy. I would have bought an extra Tauntaun if they'd released one. 100%. Wouldn't even thought about it. I'm really bad with money.
Yep. So, very fine additions today.
Super fine additions.
Not a whole lot of news. We got some Yak Face rumors.
Yeah.
So coming soon, there is going to be a Target exclusive. Right now, I guess the title is SWBL, which we all know this stands for Star Wars Black Series. I don't know why I even have to say that. SWBL Rouge, spelled Rouge.
Well, that's how you spell Rouge. That's how a lot of people misspell Rogue.
Yes. Yeah, I could not stand Rogue One, but it was Rouge.
Ooh, Rouge One.
Do you have any like guesses on what this could be? This literally could be anything. They haven't announced
literally
anything.
Could be anything. Man, I don't even know at this point. I don't even know what I would want.
Honestly, it's probably like another carbonized or something.
You think so? You think it's
Target gets a lot of like the carbonized and stuff.
Well, they've gotten 3 carbonized so far. If they carbonized anything, what would you want them to do? Carbonized throne room Boba Fett. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh! Please don't.
That's what it is. Nope, that's what it is.
Don't.
They're carbonizing Boba Fett throne room. That's what they're doing.
You know, they're gonna do carbonized Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary on the Jango Fett from the old mold, and everybody's gonna be so pissed off.
What if, being that it's the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, what if Hasbro's surprising everyone, and because they have a panel on Friday.
Yes.
What if they show us a whole line of Attack of the Clones figures? What if it's a B2 battle droid, super battle droid?
Oh, you're hitting me in the right spot right now, Mike. That's what I want. That is like the number 5 figure on my top 5 one is the B2 super battle droid. It's like,
would you buy multiples if it's a deluxe?
I'd probably go 2. I don't think I'd go 4 or anything. I think I'd do 2. I think that'd be solid. You know, I could have him flanking like Count Dooku or something. You know.
Yeah, I feel like, because I have what? I have like 5 or 6 regular battle droids now.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't mind 2 super battle droids, but like if it's like $35, that's $70 for 2 super battle droids. That kind of sucks. But I'd do it. I don't want to do it, but I'd do it.
Yeah. So while we're talking about Star Wars Celebration and Hasbro's convention, they faced a rumor of a convention exclusive. Maybe that could be the B2 battle droid.
I really hope not.
Exclusive. I know.
I commented.
The troop builder would suck.
Yeah, it does. Troop builders shouldn't be any kind of exclusive. I'm a firm believer in that. I know a lot of people criticize like the Walgreens and stuff. I think if you are releasing a troop builder, something that people would want to buy more than one of because there's more than one of them on screen, they should be as easy to buy as anything else.
Any mainline
like
figure,
any mainline figure. You should be able to order a whole case of them if you want to. Like if you want to order cases of 8 troopers, you go right ahead and do that. It's ridiculous to lock them behind any kind of exclusivity.
Yep. So what do you think this convention exclusive could be?
Man,
I mean, I guess it could be anything, but it definitely has to be something they'll repack in the main line eventually.
Maybe. There have been a couple where they haven't repacked in the main line that were convention exclusives. For instance, that Han Solo you just said. That was the only place you could get that Han Solo was from that convention exclusive. Poplu.
They haven't done Poplu yet. They still might. They still could with him.
It's been 2 years almost. Yeah. We're going on 2 years, and Poplu is still only available on the Endor Heroes of Endor convention exclusive. And I said this on Yak Face's thing, where one of the best things about the pandemic was that convention exclusives have been way easier to get because conventions haven't happened. Mm-hmm. So they released them all online. And I genuinely hope that Hasbro never has a convention exclusive again. Mm-hmm. No Comic-Con exclusive. Yeah. No Comic-Con exclusives, no European convention exclusives, none of that. The PulseCon exclusive is great.
Yeah.
Keep it there. Keep everything right there. Let me pre-order them all, or order them, I guess, in that case. I have enjoyed that the last 2 years of the ease of getting all the convention exclusives I wanted without having to worry about flying across America or fighting a crowd or whatever. It just so much better.
Yeah, or it's selling out in 3 minutes, and if you have a bad internet connection, then it's a lot better than if you have a bad internet connection and like if people work and they put these up at like noon or something, or like a 10 a.m. Eastern or whatever. I remember a long time ago. What was I trying to order? I remember I was working at an Amazon factory in like 2016 or something. And it wasn't break time, but I walked to the break room to try to pre-order one of those, Comic-Con exclusives or whatever. I can't even remember what it was at this point. But like no internet connection or like barely any, just like super tough. I think it might have been I think I had a hard time getting the Stormtrooper exclusive. Mm-hmm. Which one is that exclusive to? That was Comic-Con, wasn't it?
I think it was Comic-Con
in the box.
San Diego Comic-Con. Yep.
Yeah, and
yep.
Yeah, so convention exclusives need to go, but they're gonna keep doing it. Just hopefully they're widely available on Pulse. That's all we could hope for at this point, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so much easier. And if it hadn't been for that god awful pandemic and things changing the way they happen, it would not have been as easy to get the convention exclusives from the last 2 years. So while the pandemic's largely been terrible for a lot of reasons, this has been one small silver lining to come out of it.
For us collectors,
For us collectors.
Yeah. Yeah, and the real world wouldn't understand us, No. They'd be like, what's the difference,
It's so much cheaper than buying a ticket to a convention and, depending on where you live, a plane ticket to get to that convention, and then paying that same amount to buy a figure, as opposed to just ordering it online. Like, that's just so much better.
Yeah. Ain't like the time waiting in the line.
Yeah.
And all that. But hopefully we get a really cool convention exclusive, I guess, because we know we're getting convention exclusive, so hopefully it's a really cool one and it's widely available.
Yeah, to guess what it is, honestly, like I don't have any kind of guess. The only anniversary we've got is Attack of the Clones. Yeah. We know we're getting Ayla Sakura at some point, like that's in the pipeline. We know there's a rumor for Kiadi Mundi, but people keep saying it's a pipeline. It's not a pipeline.
Not a pipeline.
It's a rumor, not a pipeline.
This also could be like a Kenobi, a figure from Kenobi.
It could be.
This could be like a Darth Vader, like deluxe thing. Yeah. You never know.
Never know.
It could be a Reva or something.
There's a rumor that Hot Toys is doing a Darth Vader for Kenobi. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a Darth Vader in my collection. I might buy that.
There you go.
If it's true. Yep. And if Vader looks cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, he looked cool in that little 1 minute behind the scenes thing when they showed him really fast.
True.
They showed him like taking a picture or standing next to other people or whatever.
I don't know. After watching the trailer, like showing him like sticking the part of me just kind of thinks he's only got like half armor on, where he has like a bucket on his head. Mm-hmm. He looks like some cheap cosplayer. That's what I keep seeing in my head. Just like some cobbled together Darth Vader cosplay.
Yeah. Did you notice in that picture they released of Darth Vader from Kenobi, he doesn't have the fabric over his chest armor how he does in A New Hope? You notice that?
I did.
And
because
then they forgot to do that for Rogue One.
Only sometimes, because he has it in the hallway scene.
Well, it's CGI'd on. They CGI'd the fabric on after the fact. Yeah.
Is it?
That came out, and then even more to back that up, the Hot Toys Rogue One Darth Vader doesn't have that cloth because the concept they were looking at, it had just the chest armor. And then so they CGI'd the fabric on over that. So I just think it's neat. In Kenobi, they don't have the fabric on at least in the picture they released of Darth Vader from the show, where they like cropped him and put him in front of like the because it wasn't even like a real picture taken in front of the what do they call that? Why is it slipping in my head right now? The thing they shoot all the shows in now.
The dome.
Dome what's
thing?
that called?
Yeah,
it's like on the tip of my tongue. I hear it all the time. And everybody's probably screaming it right now listening to the podcast because I know I would be.
You know what? Let's not say it and just leave them unsatisfied. But I want, they can fix this very easily. All they have to have is when Darth Vader's getting suited up, have an assistant say, "Sir, should we put it over or under today?" And he goes, "Under." Like he just changes it every day. Where it's like, the one fashion accessory he's got. Does he want to put it over his his armor under, and maybe sometimes they'll put it under, sometimes they'll put it over. You know, I don't wear the same clothes every day. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely not something like they even need to address, because I know in Revenge of the Sith he doesn't have the cloth over. It's just the chest armor, and it's a different helmet. It's a different look. It's like fully symmetrical, and what looks cool about the A New Hope one is it's not fully symmetrical. You know, so he definitely has different armors, you know, like over time, you know,
maybe something will happen in Kenobi that makes it like unsymmetrical, like it gets like burned or
that'd be cool.
Something, and like it melts a little bit. I don't know. I'm just, you know,
maybe he starts the show with like the full symmetrical helmet from Revenge of the Sith, and then it gets damaged. So then later in the show, we see him with like the one from Rogue One type with the red eyes. Yeah,
we know it gets damaged in Rebels.
Damaged in Rebels. Yep, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. So Rebels is set after this, though, right?
I think, Rebels is about the same time as Rogue One. Especially, it's like just before Rogue One. Well, obviously, it's just Rogue One's like right before A New Hope. But like, I would say season 2 of Rebels is probably like maybe a year or two before A New Hope. Maybe 2 or 3 years before, somewhere around there. I know at the beginning of like the first season's 5 years before.
Yeah, I would say first season is 5, and then it gets closer. So yeah, hopefully we get I know like we have Darth Vaders in the line already. Like we have a bunch of Darth Vaders, but you can never go wrong with a release another. Like hopefully it's like 100% new mold. Like I don't care. Yeah. They can use the same A New Hope mold, but I don't like using.
No, I want new legs. Like
new legs would be great.
I'm good with the upper torso and arms from the Empire Strikes Back one, but he needs a new bottom half.
Yeah. And I want a new helmet with like more noticeably red glossy eyes.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe it is going to be like a build-up Darth Vader where he has like armor that you could take off and put on and stuff like that. Like
that's like what I want in the Black Series. I want a Darth Vader like operating table.
Yeah,
toy
from
like a long time ago.
Yeah. The one that was a Toys R Us exclusive, I think, or whatever, where it's like the Anakin on the table with like the burned upper half, and then you could put the Darth Vader armor on him. Mm-hmm. I would love a Black Series version of that for sure.
Yeah, that's like my dream is Darth Vader on operating table. Like I don't even need all that. I just need Darth Vader on operating table with like his like young burnt head from Revenge of the Sith on there. Like that's all I need, and the removable helmet.
Yeah. You know, one of the weirder changes they made in Revenge of the Sith is the trailers for Revenge of the Sith show Darth Vader on the table, and he had his arms up, like by his head. Oh, really? And then when the movie came out, his arms were down, and they changed it because, like, when your arms are up like this, you look like a prisoner. Yeah. And he's not a prisoner. He was just on the operating table and like restrained. But if you go back and watch the original trailer, his hands are up by his head, like he's being imprisoned on the table or whatever. So it's kind of an interesting little tidbit there.
You know what's funny? I learned because just real quick, we did like a whole half hour during our Patreon intro talking about Attack of the Clones and the prequels and stuff. And I mentioned how I wish they had, one of George's director friends would have taken the job for the prequels, because they probably would have been able to fix and tweak a couple of like the dialogue type things. But it's funny, George, they had to reshoot that scene, with the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight scene in Revenge of the Sith, because he shot the whole thing and realized he didn't have any dialogue during the whole fight. So they had to go back and add in this dialogue because it was just two people like fighting the whole time. So he needed to add it in. It's just crazy how George thinks sometimes, and with dialogue.
I think it's very clear that dialogue isn't the forethought on George's mind.
It's definitely not.
He's a visionary, he's very creative, but dialogue is not his strong suit. Let's just say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why like the music is such a big part of it, is because the dialogue isn't like, the music tells you what you need to be feeling. Yeah. All like those undertones, like what would you call it? Like, in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin they play like happy music, but it's got that minor key to it. It's kind of tragic,
Those are called leitmotifs, where they're musical themes that they use at specific parts of the movie to convey connection or emotion. So like Anakin has a leitmotif. There's obviously the Imperial leitmotif, the march, I guess, is more of its own song. But then in like A New Hope, Darth Vader has his own leitmotif that they actually went back and reused in Rogue One, because after A New Hope, they dropped that in Empire and Return of the Jedi for the actual Imperial march. So I thought that was actually kind of a fun little thing that they used that A New Hope leitmotif for Vader in Rogue One, because I'm like, oh, I haven't heard that since Rogue One. That's kind of cool. Or since A New Hope. That's kind of cool. Yeah. It's a cool like musical connection to let you know this is connected to that.
Yeah. So yeah, we got Kenobi in a couple weeks. I already have a list of figures I want from the Kenobi show, and it hasn't even aired yet. Is that embarrassing?
Yeah, no, it's not embarrassing. I was going to say, yeah, it's embarrassing, but I have a list too. But did you hear that the first 5 episodes have been leaked not in terms of watchable, but like you could read the plot and see specific details of the first 5 episodes. Yeah,
that's horrible. Have you done it?
No, I actually usually don't mind spoilers. In fact, I went to all 3 Star Wars movies already spoiled for the sequels. I went to, and obviously I saw all the prequels already spoiled because the book came out like a week before the movie did. Yeah. So like I read those books before I went to go see the movie, because I was, dumb little kid that was devouring anything Star Wars. But like I just went to go see Doctor Strange, and I read the plot synopsis, like a full breakdown before I went in, because I find personally for me, I find not having that anxiety of wondering what's going to happen next, like I can just enjoy it when things happen that I expect, basically. But for something like a show, I actually enjoy, because it's a smaller, 40 minutes, an hour. Like I don't mind having those smaller things, and I like the discussion every week, what happens in between. So I like having those talks where if I know what's going to happen, it takes all that away. So I don't want to do that. But for a movie, I don't mind doing that, if that makes sense.
Wow. That's crazy, because I'm like, I want to go into a movie, like I watch the trailers, but I don't want to watch like all 19 TV spots you released for the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, that's kind of crazy to me, because I want to go into a movie not knowing mostly anything, and it's cool because like Doctor Strange,
knowing everything. Yeah,
because Doctor Strange, I didn't know a whole lot about it. I watched like one of the trailers, and then I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna follow like No Way Home and all that and multiverse stuff. Let's see what happens.
It didn't really like. They mentioned Spider-Man in it once. And that's listen, if you haven't watched No Way Home and you want to go watch a pretty good Sam Raimi movie, you don't have to watch No Way Home. You can just go watch this and not worry about anything else. Like it's a good, pretty good movie, I would say. I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought Multiverse of Madness was really good.
Mom, it was released on Mother's Day weekend.
Mom. Mm-hmm.
The plot heavily involves motherhood and moms.
Yep.
And then the acronym is also mom. So there's a lot of mom stuff going on in there. And I tweeted this as soon as I left the theater, but America Chavez has twice the mothers that Wanda will never be.
Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. Jesus Christ.
I guess spoilers for anyone that haven't seen that. But you know what? It's been almost a month at this point.
That's not that big a spoiler,
It's really not. Everyone that's read the comics knows that America Chavez has 2 moms.
Yeah.
And that Wanda, if you've seen WandaVision, you know that Wanda isn't a mom. So there's that.
Yeah, that's true.
No spoilers.
Let's see here. So I kind of want to read my list. See if you have any. So from Kenobi, I want Obi-Wan Kenobi blue outfit from that trailer. Darth Vader, of course. Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, easily.
Reva.
Yep.
Uncle
I
Owen.
think the Grand Inquisitor and Reva are 2 good candidates for other people in the wave that we haven't seen revealed yet.
I would say Reva for sure.
They're definitely going to do Reva. Like, I would say they would probably do her before Grand Inquisitor, just because she's like the main bad guy or whatever, or supposedly the main bad guy. Yeah.
And I could see us getting a Grand Inquisitor pretty quick, because they already have everything from Rebels, and like I know they're not exactly identically the same, but You know,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Come on.
And it's a place you can use it in 2 different spots in your collection. So
like
definitely
Fifth Brother for sure, and all the and all the Quizzers that are going to be in it. Uncle Owen, and that's my list. That's all I have right now.
Not Aunt Beru?
Nah. I mean,
right.
she hadn't been in the trailer. I know she's going to be in it, but
I feel like if you have an Uncle Owen, you have to have an Aunt Beru. Otherwise, you have a boring celibate Uncle Owen who's just.
But Uncle Owen is like in that scene roasting Obi-Wan, so you can have Uncle Owen by himself.
That's one of my favorite memes going around right now.
I know, it's so good.
I think the Darksaber one's my favorite, where it's like, yeah. Anyways, what about the 4LOM, the 4LOM with the dual guns?
I forgot about that. I forgot about that one. Yeah, we need that one too.
Yeah, even though we already have
with green eyes. Yeah, we need it with like glowing green eyes.
We need him with the different eyes. Absolutely.
Because in that dark scene, he has the green eyes.
Yeah. Or there's also the we don't know his name, but the Kumail Nanjiani Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's in the trailer for literally a half second.
Yeah,
need that.
So he's going to be a Jedi? Maybe
he's wearing Jedi robes. I don't know. Like he's clearly dressed as a Jedi in the
Tatooine, just Tatooine in general robes, right?
No, he's clearly wearing Jedi robes. Like those are Jedi robes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Cal Kestis pop up, but I don't think.
I think I don't. I think I would like it if they just kept him video game.
But they have a great actor who's the appropriate age.
It's true.
Like I don't think they'd get that. I mean, he's not a huge actor, but he's pretty notorious. No. So I don't think
he played Joker in the Gotham show.
Yeah,
or like the pre-Joker.
Yeah, and he was in Shameless, and all that. Like he's a relatively big name, so
kind of.
I don't think they'd get somebody like that to not eventually bring them in.
I will say the thing that you have going for you is they had him holding his lightsaber at Disneyland when they announced that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah, so
it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. Yeah. I wouldn't want him to be like a main part of the plot, like through the whole, like a through line through the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I would like him to pop in or something, like saying something's leading me, or I have no idea. I'm not a show writer.
You're not a writer.
I'm not a show writer,
You're not a George Lucas type, if you will?
I don't think I'm a visionary either. I don't think I'm a music guy. I'll play clarinet.
There you go. I can play saxophone. We're good. We can start our own Cantina band.
We are literally Black Series Cantina.
Absolutely. No, here's the thing though. Speaking of that, is they announced the title for the next Jedi Fallen Order game, the sequel,
Survivor,
and we're going to see more of that coming up in Star Wars Celebration.
Yep.
I would assume we will be getting figures from that as well, since we got figures from the first one.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to speculate because we haven't seen anything. But
oh man!
But like, I feel like there's still so many characters from the first game we haven't gotten. The I don't remember anyone's names. There's
Jaro,
the bad guy
T'Pol.
Jedi.
Is that his name?
Jaro T'Pol. Easily,
T'Pol.
yes. The master. We have the bad guy Jedi that you fight on Dathomir. We have the witch. I keep wanting to say Scarlet Witch, but the Dathomir witch girl that you befriend. On Dathomir. The hot one. You got the non-Jedi. What, Seer, the girl that's kind of with you that. Yeah. There's also the pilot.
We need Trilla with her like actual face.
With her face, absolutely, yeah. So there's still actually main characters we need to get from that game, on top of just more different like bad guys like troopers and whatnot. So and that's a perfect thing for the gaming greats. Like if they want to go through and tweak the same trooper 500 times to give us gaming greats versions of those, no problem. Do all that. All of that. I want all of them. I think we're still missing a couple of purge troopers. Like we have the staff and we have the gun.
I'd have to replay the game.
When it was the one with the two like Tonfa.
Oh yeah. That's
weapons.
Right. Yeah, they can do that. That'd be pretty easy for them to do. Have 100%. They done all the Scout Trooper versions?
We don't have one with the Pauldron.
That's right. There was one of the Pauldron in the game.
I would love a stormtrooper with the big gun with the energy shield.
Yeah.
On it, like that would be
That'd
cool.
be cool.
You know, yeah.
That'd be really cool. They'd probably make that a deluxe.
You're not wrong. And screw you.
I mean, come on. Like,
yeah.
What would we expect? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like we've got the stormtrooper with a flamethrower, and he wasn't a deluxe. But at the same time, we're getting Boba Fett, who's a deluxe, and he clearly doesn't need to be. So
he just comes with a face now.
He comes with a face now.
You know, and that's the reason he's a deluxe. But I guess those are issues we've stomped into the ground a few times.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
I feel like there's a lot of. I guess we cover every Black Series issue, so we just have
to rehash issues. Yeah, we're gonna rehash issues. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a grave of like all the issues that we need to get like an actual photo, like a Photoshop put together, like tombstones of all the issues, like the Rancor stuff, the marketing
dead.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then
and then just one little one that just says Patrick.
Here lies stuff.
I mean, it's the 20th episode. I guess we could do a little retrospective to see, what we've talked about.
Yes.
Going back through all our different episodes. Let's do it. I got them all listed right here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The people who, I guess I said it in the intro. This is our 20th episode. You can't get rid of us that easily.
Nope.
We are here to stay. So let's do a little retrospection. Is that a word? I don't know.
It
if it's
is
a word.
not. It's not.
Retrospection.
Retrospective.
That's a word. I know that's a word.
Yeah. So the first episode we talked about, it was a fan first shenanigans is what we called it. Yeah. Is this a clip episode? If we go back and rehash old episodes, is that technically a clip episode for podcasts?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I think so.
Or is it like a commentary?
Yeah. Commentary. Yeah,
I honestly, for the life of me, I cannot remember what was announced back in September for the fan first. Was that the Rogue One stuff?
It could be. I have no idea. I can probably check. I can just scroll on my Instagram real quick.
Yeah.
And see.
I know. I'll skip ahead to the next episode real quick. We talked about Black Series Visions, and literally nothing has come from that other than I think SH Figure Arts has announced figures for the twins, which I'm not super keen on because that was my least favorite episode.
Did Gentle Giant do something? Or
they're doing a Ronin thing, I think.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. I'm still scrolling here.
That's fine.
That's episode 3.
September was a long time ago, man.
Here we go. Nope, that's episode 2. I lied. Here we go. Episode 1. So the Fan First Wednesday. Was it Fan First Wednesday or Friday around that time?
I didn't say in the comments and on the title, so who knows? It was a Fan First event.
So I got the reveals here. It was the Power of the Force stuff. It was Power of the Force Leia.
Yeah.
It was the Battlefront 2 Jet Trooper, the Muddy Mandalorian, and then the pipeline was Emperor, Lando, Skiff Guard, C-3PO, and Dengar.
So basically, I mean, we've gotten all that stuff pretty recently.
Yeah.
Within the last 2 or 3 months. So it's taken them.
The turnaround time isn't that bad. It's getting to be a lot better. I know there's still a lot of talks out there about it, but lately I feel like I've been being charged for pre-orders like crazy, and I kind of need it to stop.
Agreed.
The turnaround time lately hasn't really been that bad, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I know it sucks whenever they say this isn't coming out until spring 2023, but that whole Wave 30, is it Wave 32? I guess what it was. Yeah, Wave 32. The Ahsoka wave and the Echo, and that's not supposed to be here till January, and I already got a lot of people already have that entire wave. I know there's still a lot of people without it, but I mean, stuff's coming out pretty good now, I think.
I feel like even people that ordered from normal places are getting those, and a lot of people are finding them more often at Walmarts and Targets. So I would say those have officially been released. Not everyone has them, but they have been, for the most part, released.
Yeah.
Episode 3, we did PulseCon predictions because we wanted to know what we thought was coming up with PulseCon. I remember specifically, we all knew at the time that there was going to be a Rancor. Yeah. And we figured we'd find out more about the Rancor. Yeah. And episode 4, we did. We did a whole Rancor roundup.
Yeah, and that was like the Cobb Vanth, and then those Galaxy Edge 4-packs.
Yep.
And that they did those figures, and the snowy Mandalorian,
which we still don't have.
We don't have that one yet.
We still don't have that, and we also, I know people have them, but Target has still not released their 2 Rogue One character figures. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Target. Yeah. Target.
Yeah, come on.
I know, Mr. Target.
I need my
John
Galen
Target.
Urso.
John Target. John Target is listening right now. John Target.
If you're a family member, please forward this to him.
Come on. Release those stupid figures already. Just do it. I don't care what kind of time and space you have to bend. Do it.
Right.
Do it. Episode 5, we had Papa Gord on. That was fun.
Yep. That was our first guest, right?
That was our first guest, yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah. And then episode 6, we had our first Rancor problems with where we first started losing some subscribers because they showed off the physical model.
The physical.
Yeah.
You people suck.
Honestly, I thought the physical model was great. I thought it was awesome. Problems. Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
And then the one after that was the one where they showed off all the tiers. Episode 7, I called it Tears of a Rancor.
Yeah, that's whenever people started to drop like flies. Like they got.
Oh man, yeah.
The Rancor was a bus that just like went on the sidewalk and knocked everybody out. Like.
Yeah. You know what though? I will say, if you play Lego Star Wars, the new one, you can be a Rancor in it, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. I still don't have that game. I need to get it for sure.
Yep. And then our 8th episode was the one we had Dan Larson. And that is, fun fact, our lowest listened episode. It has the fewest downloads of any other episode, and by a lot. Yeah.
I thought for sure you're never coming back on. All right.
I thought for sure the Dan Larson Toy Galaxy angle would at least bring some people in, but nope.
It kicked people out.
It has just now 502 downloads, which is
and that's the least by far.
Very low. Yeah, absolutely. And then after that, we did the another Tears for a Rancor. Oh, I was clever with that one.
Yeah. This is episode 9 now. Tears for the Rancor.
Yeah. Yeah, that was after it ended, and we knew we weren't going to get it, and it was really, really sad.
Yeah. And then we went into episode 10.
Yeah.
Book Report of Boba Fett.
Stupid title. Titles are hard to come up with, okay?
Titles are very hard to come up with. Yeah, I'd like to see people try.
Yeah. You know. But we basically just rehashed the first couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett, or at least the first one, I think. Yeah. Was out at that point. So, and we wanted to know, what toys, because we try not to just make this podcast about Star Wars. We try to, tie it into what would a Black Series look like of this and that. Yeah. So it was nice, we're finally just now starting to get some Book of Boba Fett stuff. We got the Fennec Shand, who looks great. And you have a Throne Room Boba Fett.
Yes,
I don't yet.
It is fabulous. It is a great figure. You have the SH Figuarts one though, right?
I do have the SH Figuarts one. That's true.
So your shelf doesn't have a big hole in there.
No. It's got a Black Series hole in it.
Yeah, that's true. So what are you gonna do with whenever you get the Black Series version? You gonna have 2 of them standing next to each other, or what's the plan?
No, I have my SH Figuarts in a different spot.
Okay, there you go.
Right now he's standing next to my SH Figuarts Vegeta and R2D2 and C3PO, because those are my only other SH Figuarts figures.
Nice.
Then 11, let's get Black Serious, man. That was really
That's a
reaching
good title.
for that one. It was a good title.
I think
I said it at the end as a joke. I don't even remember what we talked about. We talked about wanting Black Chrysanthemum. I know that because he's the cover art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the episodes where I only posted a video clip of us talking during that episode.
Then episode 12, we have Boba is missing because we were commenting on the last couple episodes. Yeah. Not having Boba Fett in them. He wasn't there. He just wasn't there.
Episode 13, we got the Archive Jive, which it's a contender for top 3 names that you've came up with.
Thank you.
Or the Archive Jive.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the another Fan First Wednesday. I think the first one of the year. I think the first one actually since the Rancor ended. I think that's what that was.
I think so, because then wasn't this around the time they did the Q&As and they told people, like, nobody asked about the Rancor or something? I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Come on, people.
Yeah.
I think that might have been around that time, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, they showed off the Emperor and Dengar and C-3PO. Basically stuff we knew that was coming out. And I think you have a valid point with pipelines. When we see real reveals for pipelines, we just know what's coming. Like, we haven't seen it. It's cool seeing it. Although in this case, it's archives, so we have seen it. Like,
and we've held it and we've played with it and we've displayed it.
Yes, we've seen these before. These are definitely not new. So 100%. Yeah. But episode 14 is our most downloaded and again by far most popular episode, and that is with our buddies over at Out of the Basement.
Yep, thanks for joining again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are great, and if you want to come back on, anytime.
And let's see, that was episode 14.
That was 14, yep.
And then, where's episode 15? Did I even promote it? Oh, I'm not even sure. Episode 15, Carbonized Kenobi.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Maybe I think I said a joke. One of us said a joke like they're going to do a Carbonized Kenobi or something.
We had a joke on there, yeah, because we just got the first Kenobi trailer, which, again, I'm still saying, my favorite. Because the music is what did it on that one.
The music, yeah. You get the Duel of the Fates in there.
I love it. And Battle of Heroes and
it sways.
So yeah.
Dude, and imagine if that's just the trailer. The show, whenever he's fighting Vader again, that music's going to be insane.
Can't wait.
It's going to be insane.
I know John Williams composed the theme to the Kenobi show.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan never... Ewan McGregor actually said this. Obi-Wan never had an actual theme, so John Williams wanted to come back and give him one, which is... And that's amazing in my opinion.
Yeah. Then episode 16, I think, is my favorite episode that we've done. It's not our most popular. Yeah, it's not our most popular, but it's my favorite.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I think my favorite is still... I mean, that one was really good, and then I think just Out of the Basement one, because like the power went out. Was it Nate's power that went out?
I thought it was Justin, but it might be Nate. I don't remember anymore.
One of them's power. I forget whose power went out.
One of their power, and we had to like fill time.
And then, like, the wife was making some, like, super well-done steak and started, like, burning the place up, right? And then that happened at one point.
Oh, and then I was trying to get him to steal your, we were trying to steal one of their...
Yeah, the Shadow Troopers.
The Shadow Squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun, that was a fun episode.
That was fun. That was really fun, because, like...
And a lot of that stuff is only watchable if you watch it on Patreon.
Yes, it is, because we cut some of that out of the audio.
Well, it's because it doesn't work audio-wise. Like,
yeah.
A lot of those jokes we were doing just do not work on a podcast.
Yeah.
But it does work if you can see it.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Episode 17 might have been your most basic title ever.
Oh, yeah. I had no idea what to do. Sometimes, like, there's nothing.
It's kind of like this one. Kind of like this episode, you know?
100%.
The episode title was Fan First Wednesday Hype.
Yes. I was excited for it. I felt like, I don't know, because I remember.
What did they reveal in that? That wasn't Chrysanthemum, was it?
No, it was the one with the White Vader and.
The comics. The comic ones. I got you. And then episode 18, Cardboard. because that's whenever they announced they're getting rid, or that I guess the Marvel team revealed some plastic-less packaging. So we did the card, parentheses, the word,
and
board,
we pretty much confirmed that at some point every line that Hasbro does is going to have card or plasticless packaging. So
yes. And of course, last episode we had Victoria's Cantina join us.
Yeah.
For the Cantina crossover, even though that's not what the episode title is called, is it?
Yeah, Cantina crossover featuring Victoria's Cantina. It's right there.
Okay, I got you. Because the picture I have, where the title normally goes, it says Victoria's Cantina.
Cantina crossover is right in the middle, man.
Yes, perfect.
It says it right in the middle. It says it right in the middle. Yeah.
But if you go to download it, which one does it show?
That one.
This?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. No, I got it. Yeah,
I remember I download and listen to every one of our episodes. Every week.
For that one extra?
Every week.
I don't because I have to listen to it 3 times when I'm editing it.
Yes. I download it and listen to it while I'm working, and it makes a nice hour and a half. So I don't even... It's weird because I don't watch, or sometimes I'll watch the Patreon intro, but a lot of times I'll listen to the podcast version while I'm working. And I've already had forgotten, and then we're recording another one. It's well, I've only watched 2 or 3 of our Patreon intros, so I have no idea if they're good or not, if I'm being honest.
They're pretty good. I think they're very entertaining usually because we can be a little silly.
Yeah, we talk about death a lot.
We do, but not this. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Not this episode.
I don't want to do it. I want to be happy. Don't make me be sad.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this episode we talked about Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary.
We did.
And the prequels
and we were mostly positive about it. Although,
yeah, I love the prequels. I love them.
Yeah, I guess it's my least favorite Star Wars movie, but something has to be. And just because it's my least favorite Star Wars movie doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means it's at the bottom of the list. That's all. Something has to be, and that's that.
Yeah. So I guess real quick, since I guess we can kind of end it on Attack of the Clones since it is the 20th anniversary. I guess other than the main ones that we know we're going to get, or the ones we really want, like the B2 battle droid and Ayla Secura and Kitty, what are some under the radar Attack of the Clones figures that we would want in the Black Series line?
Dexter Jetster.
There you go.
Give me that diner owner right there. That's what I want.
That'd be $49.99.
Oh, I'd pay it gladly.
Oh, yeah,
gladly
for sure.
pay it. Oh man, I'd bend right over and say, "Give me another."
Yeah.
I want Dexter Jetster. I don't care.
Zam Wessel would be good thrown in there.
Ooh, 100%.
With an interchangeable head.
Yeah, swappable head. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. I just watched it yesterday.
Captain Typho.
Yeah.
Handmaiden. The not Padme that dies at the beginning, the decoy.
Yep.
I'm just mentally going through. We desperately need a prequel.
I want
Yoda.
sexy black dress. Sexy black dress Padme.
There's 1,000 Padme outfits in that movie. In that movie alone, we have the weird flowy one she's wearing on Tatooine. We have 4 or 5 different Senate looks. We've got 3 or 4 different dresses when she's on Naboo. Definitely want the Anakin transient on a cargo ship poncho look.
Yeah. Yeah.
with a non-distinct Padawan haircut. Definitely blending in there. Couldn't even give him a hat. Couldn't even give him a hat to cover his head. He just he's not dressed like a Padawan, but he sure has a Padawan's hair.
That guy looks familiar.
He's just, I don't know where to place him. There's 1,000 different senators.
We need Chancellor Palpatine, and I'm tired of not having him.
We need Chancellor Palpatine,
and he's not under the radar. But
no, we need a Lot Dodd. We need a Newt Gunray. We need a Rune Hako. I mean, we got Dooku. We got Jango. Although I wouldn't mind a new Jango.
We need a new Jango. We need a new Jango.
We need a new Jango on the Death Watch body. Is what we need.
Yeah. Yeah. Would the Death Watch one be too tall?
I don't know. I don't
I
care.
feel like the armor proportions might be different. You know what I mean? I'd have to look
He's
at him.
a good base. That's all I'm saying. Because the one we've got is dumb, and I don't like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna be about all we got today.
I want R2D2 fighting some centipedes.
Yes, we need a clean R2 with like
jet.
I actually want C3, like a silver C3PO with a swappable head for like a droid.
We'll give him a battle droid C3PO 2-pack.
Yep.
And that battle droid
you can swap the head.
Can swap heads. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Hot Toys is doing that.
Yep. Yeah, Hot Toys just announced that for their Tactical on 20th. Yep. But no reveals from Hasbro yet. Hopefully, maybe at Celebration we'll get something. I just kind of feel like they're going to ignore it altogether. I don't know.
I really hope. I mean, they barely acknowledged the episode 1, but they did acknowledge it. I think they're at least going to acknowledge it. I think they're going to acknowledge it on Friday.
Mm-hmm. At the panel.
At the panel. I really do. Yeah. I really, really do.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Or like they'll have a display. You know how they do? They set figures out, and that's kind of how they announce them. You know, they have them on display like Friday or something, or like Saturday after they announce them or whatever. Yeah, we'll see. I also think it's a criminal offense that we don't have a single Revenge of the Sith box, you know, the new mural packaging up to this point. I just want to say that. I
mean, I agree.
It's a crime.
I agree. And obviously we didn't mention any Jedi. We were naming all these things because Jedi don't fly under the radar.
Yes.
Correct. Not even Coleman Trebor.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I probably shouldn't even mention Palpatine because he's definitely not under the radar.
He's way not under the radar.
He is just like in that movie, because you could do the younger version of him with the actual Sidious, you know, black cloak. Yeah. But I actually want like a Senator Palpatine, and I mean he's kind of an old white guy, so that's maybe a lot of people might.
Hey, we have a
not
client.
Want that. I don't know.
Just take that body. Take the client.
True.
Put a Palpatine head on him. Easy peasy.
I would actually rather have a Revenge of the Sith version where he's in that red one, and then you could like have looking. The light. You could have they get to give the lightsaber to him, and then maybe swappable head with the destroyed face after the Mace Windu fight, because that's the fight he had. You know, the outfit he's wearing with the Mace Windu fight. So yeah, that'd be good. That all you got? That's all I got for this episode.
Yeah.
All right. So where can the new listeners, if they're listening, find you and follow you?
Yeah. Well, on YouTube, you can just type in my name, Mike Case. That's Kaess. And you can find my channel there. I'm on Instagram at Trusty Sidekick. I'm on Twitter at Mike Case. And I'm on TikTok, Mike Case 82. But I rarely post anything there. But you can still follow me if you want to. Yep.
Absolutely. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at the Star Wars Black Series, same name on both. Reach out to us, blackseriescantina@gmail.com. Also follow us on Twitter. It's at TBS Cantina.
That's right.
And we have a nice little logo at the bottom of the screen here, which shows it for the Patreon members.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we're going to be revealing the winners we're going to be actually drawing them on the next episode for the 501st Clone Trooper archive version and the ARC Trooper Jenny Tartakovsky type Clone Wars series.
Yep.
So, yeah, subscribe to Patreon and you can have a chance to win those.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's it.
That's all.
Thanks for watching. Fun outro. Zany, wacky phrases. I don't know. I got nothing.
I don't like sand.
Nailed it. Bye.
I actually really like sand.
Yeah, it's not that bad.